Hey there, Brittany Cano here, life coach and holistic nurse. So in this video, I'm going to share with you a full emotional freedom technique practice to support you with anxiety. Of course, this video is not meant to treat or diagnose anxiety. If you are anything like myself or so many of the women that I work with, you deal with anxiety. And personally, I didn't even know I had anxiety, honestly, really until probably the last few years. I think many of us are high functioning and wouldn't necessarily label ourselves as anxious. But when we take some time and give ourselves a space to reflect or really start to explore the inner world, the worry, the tension, the inability to really just be and not do anything and settle in, we can notice that there's a nervousness there or a intensity or something is wrong or worry kind of thing. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go through a tapping practice. So for this, I'd like you to think of something that has caused you some mild anxiety recently. Whether you're worried about something with a family member, or perhaps money is a struggle for you right now, you're worried about the politics, or maybe you just feel like you're really down and out on yourself. Maybe you're also worried about your health. Let's go ahead and pick one thing. I'm just giving some ideas so you can pick that one thing that may be a source of your anxiety. And if for perhaps you just feel like, I just feel like something's wrong, and this sense of this sense of hard to maybe catch your breath or difficulty sleeping, difficulty sitting still, we could just do it for general anxiety. Sometimes we don't actually know the specific thing that can be causing it. And all truth is, it can be multiple things that are causing us not to be able to be at peace. So go ahead and pick that thing. I want you to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being it's the most intense. You're having a full-blown panic attack. I would appreciate and encourage you to not pick something that's a 10 because we're first practicing together. I'm not there with you, and we want this to be supportive for you. We don't want you to be activated by this process. So maybe pick something that's like a 5 or a 6 for you. So go ahead, if you have pen and paper, go ahead and write down the level of intensity. The higher the number, the more intense. The lower the number, the less intense. The reason that we give it this number is because ideally, after the emotional freedom technique practice, you're going to notice that this is not such a anxious subject matter for you anymore. You're hopefully going to feel a sense of peace, maybe calm, maybe a little more emotional agency and capacity to manage whatever this is. So emotional freedom technique is going to use acupressure points in your body. If you think of acupuncture, it's in some ways similar. It works on the meridians in the body. It also deepens that mind-body connection and can help with energy that's stuck in the body, motion that's stuck in the body, and lowers the body's stress response. So it lowers cortisol, which is awesome. I like to think of it as it gives us a way to not be so entrenched by a situation. It gives us a little bit of space so that we can see broader perspective and other possibility, and also see that we have a place of empowerment or a place of choice, or there's an opportunity here in this situation. So I'm going to take you through the tapping points, and then I'm going to incorporate some really general statements, and I'm also going to prompt you to think about some situations. When I work one-on-one with clients, it's really cool because we can go really specific into what they've been thinking, how the anxiety has been showing up in their day-to-day, maybe how it's affecting their relationships, how it's affecting their choices, how it feels in the body, what other emotions might be there, those kinds of things. So since we're doing this really general, I'm going to prompt you through some things. All right, here we go. You're going to tap on the side of the hand, pinky side of the hand. Easy tap here. Find a pressure that feels good. You can't mess up this practice. We're only going to tap here one time around. Then we're going to do the eyebrow point here. Side of the eye, not the temple, but that little groove there, side of the eye. Cheekbone, underneath the nose, underneath the bottom lip, Come into the collarbones. I like to tap both collarbones. You can also tap on both sides of the body or one side of the body. You can switch halfway through, underneath, kind of the armpit area, and then the top of the head. And then we'll go back through and we'll come to the eyebrow point. So I'm going to invite you to go ahead, feel your feet on the ground. Maybe do a little shoulder rolls, releasing any tension in the shoulders. Good. You can close your eyes for this as well if you'd like to. I like to close my eyes. I want you to start to just become aware of your surroundings. Imagine you're creating a safe bubble around yourself. Taking some slow, deep inhales, allowing the belly to rise. And go ahead and exhale completely, emptying the lungs. A couple more breaths this way, breathing in through the nose, belly expands. And then exhale, letting go, starting to come back into your body, back to this moment, back to yourself. One more time. Good. We'll go ahead and start tapping on the pinky side of the hand. So even though I've been experiencing this anxiety, I'm open to letting it go. Even though I've been feeling this anxiety, I love and accept myself no matter what. Even though I've been experiencing anxiety, I am safe in this moment. We'll come to the side of the eye, eyebrow point. All of this anxiety, side of the eye, I feel it in my body. Coming to the cheekbone, just noticing wherever you feel the anxiety in your body, underneath the nose, and go ahead and take a nice full deep inhale, expanding the lungs, expanding the diaphragm, and let it on go. Underneath the bottom lip, just noticing those sensations without labeling them, just noticing whatever's present in the body, collarbone points, and just reminding yourself that this anxiety is not an emergency. It's just information underneath the armpit, acknowledging any thoughts that you've been having. Maybe your mind feels all over the place, top of the head. Maybe you are thinking about something specific. So just acknowledging that. Don't edit it. Just let your mind tell you what's on it. Coming to the eyebrow point. You might even say, I've been worrying about this. Side of the eye, I've been struggling with this thing. Underneath the eye. And then reminding yourself that you're not alone with this. Underneath the nose, there's nothing wrong with you. Anxiety is something that most humans experience. Underneath the bottom lip, and just starting to soften the shoulders, relaxing the jaw, coming to the collarbone points, and allowing anything else that comes up for you in regards to this anxiety. Come into the armpit. Sometimes we're anxious about things we have no control over, or uncertainty. Coming to the top of the head. So just allowing yourself to explore what's in your control in this situation. Coming to the eyebrow point, and also what is out of your control. Coming to the side of the eye, and then allowing whatever is not in your control. I want you to just imagine just softening the reins on that. Just letting go of just some of the grip on that. Underneath the nose. And I want you to start imagining that you're calling back your energy underneath the bottom lip, calling back your sense of safety, your sense of presence. Coming to the collarbone points. I want you to feel your feet on the ground. I want you to hear anything that you hear right now. I want you to look around, see 3 things around you. Just really anchor yourself into the present moment. Underneath the armpit, and just remind yourself that you're safe in this moment. You might even say, I am safe, or I'm okay. I'm okay right now. coming to the top of the head. That reminder that you have the capacity to navigate this, whatever this is. Coming to the eyebrow point, that you don't need to be perfect. You don't have to have it all figured out. Side of the eye. Reminding yourself that you're not alone in this, even if at times it feels like you're alone in this. You really are not. There's at least 8 billion people here on the planet, so there's somebody out there in the physical. Also, there's non-physical support underneath the eye. Taking a full deep breath. And exhale underneath the nose. Starting to feel calmer, more at ease, more present underneath the bottom lip. Feeling more relaxed in your body. Just allowing the emotion, the sensations to move through you. Come into the collarbone points. And if there's something that you need to hear right now, I encourage you to say that to yourself. Whether it's that everything is going to be okay, you're not alone, I'm so sorry that you've been feeling like this, underneath the armpit, and then asking yourself, what support do you need with this? What support do you need? And then listening to the call, and I'm going to encourage you to answer that call the best that you can. Maybe it's that you need to have a conversation or ask for help or say no to something or speak up or rest more. Make sure you're taking care of your needs. Top of the head. And we're just going to let that all kind of settle in. Let that all integrate. I am safe. I am okay. I am here. I reclaim my state of peace. I reclaim this present moment. And you can go ahead and let that go. And then I'm going to encourage you to take 3 more deep breaths. Maybe close your eyes. Let the breath travel in and out through the heart space. Good. And then tuning back in. Bring up that thing that may be causing some stress, anxiety. And just notice how that is now on a scale of 1 to 10. Perhaps if it was at a 6, maybe it's down to a 4 or 3. Many times when I work with clients on this, they say, oh, I don't even feel stress around that anymore. It drastically decreases. If you have any questions about this practice, please let me know. I would love to hear from you. Also, just some other things, if for some reason your anxiety is still the same number that it was before, that does not mean that you did the practice wrong. It doesn't mean that the practice doesn't work. It just means that there could be some deeper work there, that this could be multi-layered, which many times these kinds of things are. So I'm around if there's any way I can support you. Please let me know how this practice was for you. I definitely feel a lot calmer myself. I'll talk to y'all soon. Goodbye.